Hello everyone, my name is Tang, and today I would like to tell you some short talk about the frequencies. The first talk is about the first talk is about a woman to inquire was calling her college to inquire about her briefcase. She supposed she supposed that she had left it in his office, and she want him she wanted him to check if it was there. And she also mentioned that she know that he wasn't there at that time. So therefore, because it has some because the briefcase has some crucial documents for her meeting in the afternoon, so so she requests his office to pick it up coming over his office to pick it up after lunch. Finally, the woman stated that in the meantime she would call his assistant for some extra help. That's the end of the first talk. Now let's move on to the second talk. The second talk is about maybe an MC is talking about the seconds of the violin concert. The violin concerts. He announced. The speaker announced that Miss Soo Kim. The speaker presented Miss Soo Kim, who would be playing the violin concerto, who would be playing the performance, and he informed before the performance, there would be a short talk by Professor Robert Simon, and the speaker also stated that Professor Robert Simon has lecturing from all around the world. Finally, the speaker also informed that after the performance, everyone would go through to the lobby and enjoy refreshment. That's the end of the second conversation, the second talk. The next talk is about the seconds of how to get into the building. First, and the man requests all visitors must get to the front desk, and they have to sign in, and get the visitor badge. After that, visitors are revised to wait for an escort who would accompany them to the destination. And when returning back, the man emphasized that it was necessary that visitor must be escorted back when returned to the reception desk, and they were asked to sign out and return the visitor badge as well. Finally, the man thanks visitors for their cooperation. Next to the fourth talk. and the manage the store manager announced that the store would be closed in 50 minutes, and so she asked everyone to take all the purchases to the cashier. She also stated that um, if anyone have five or fewer items and were paying by cash, they could get to the cashier. They could get to the express checkout lane, and after that, after that, the manager remind everyone to make sure their purchase are were the right size and right color. Finally, finally, the manager remind everybody to show their receipt to the door when leaving the store. Now let's move on to the fifth talk. This talk is about a woman. A woman is talking about the seconds of a TV program. First, the woman announced that after the news by Peter Cook, was the weather report, and after that, reporter Tom Tail will interview. The reporter Tom Tail would interview Susan Gilbert, and the woman stated that was an expert. Gilbert was a renowned expert in investment and finance, and she also stated that Susan Gilbert also write a book named names How to Get Rich in the Stock Market, and she also the author of the weekly column newspaper named You and Your Money. Finally, the women suppose that that program would be informative. Finally, at the last talk, a woman is talking to her college about how the last meeting was. And at first she commented that everything was okay. However, she said that the only problem was Miss Green wasn't able to get there, so they couldn't spread about the marketing report. So they had started the meeting with the project report and then covered everything on the agenda. And finally, the women also stated that they had used the extra free time to discuss the conference plans more thoroughly. And finally, the woman hoped to see his colleagues at the next meeting. And thank you for listening. That's the end.